South Grand Hotel, and to the world-famous mark of the Peabody Duck. My name is Doug, and I'm going to take you on a journey this afternoon. They say that the Delta begins right here in the lobby of the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee, and it ends on Catfish Road in Pittsburgh, Mississippi. Well, they also say that this Peabody Hotel has 13 stories. That's not true. It has thousands of stories. Stories of visiting presidents consecutively, from Harry S. Truman to George W. Bush, of diplomats and dignitaries and monarchs, and stories of the big bands of the 30s and 40s broadcasting live from the historic Skyway Ballroom on the rooftop, and also stories of the king of rock and roll. But the anniversary is celebrated and reunions visited, and through it all, the Ducks have marched from the rooftop down to the lobby, and back in so doing, they've woven the fabric which contains the names, the faces, and the events that are the history of this hotel. It all started back in 1869 when Colonel Robert Brinkley realized his dream by opening a state-of-the-art hotel just 2 blocks from here in Monroe, Maine, called the Brinkley House. It was to set the tone for cuisine and luxury in the South. Unfortunately, the Colonel's good friend and investor, Mr. George Peabody, passed away that same year over in Europe, and they changed the name of the hotel to the Peabody Hotel in his honor. It went along there some 55 years of delegation, hosting such luminaries as Robert E. Lee and President Kennedy. And then on September the 1st, 1925, the doors opened to this beautiful expanded facility we stand in today, at the cost of some $5 million and a couple of years of construction. Well, that's not the whole history of this hotel, folks, not by a long shot. So if you get a chance, go up on the mezzanine level, check out our memorabilia room. Go in and push the red button, and you'll hear a narrative of all the names and faces, objects, souvenirs of decades past here at the hotel. My favorite is a framed memo from Mr. Gary Bell, and managing partner, who is the food and beverage director, who was trying to change the menu over at Chez Philippe. He told him, even though you've got a French restaurant there, that better not get you stuck on any menu at Peabody Hotel. Well, the tradition of ducks in the Peabody goes back a long way. In fact, in 1933, when General Manager Frank Shutt and his buddy Chip went on a cold duck hunt into the backwaters of Mississippi over in Arkansas, they knew it was going to be a cold day, so they took along another companion, a certain Jack Daniels, otherwise known as Tennessee. Well, after all, it wasn't going to be cold. They needed a little encouragement. But as the day wore on, apparently they became a little over-encouraged. And they began to feel it would be a really funny idea to bring the live duck decoys that were legal in those days in Arkansas, and bring them back here, release them in the fountain, and they did. Then they went out to their rooms to sleep it off. Well, the next morning, Mr. Shutt was a little concerned about the mayhem that might have been caused given his misdeed the night before. So he rushed down to the lobby and he found 2 surprises. Number 1, the ducks were still here. They hadn't flown off to see the sights of Beale Street or Memphis. And number 2, a group of tourists and guests had gathered, and they were delighted with the frolicking ducks in the fountain of such a fine hotel. So needless to say, they were given a couple of days reprieve. It turned into a 79-year tradition. Well, in 1940, Mr. Edward Pembroke retired from the hotel as a bellman, but he was a multi-talented individual. In another life, he'd been an animal trainer with Ringling Brothers, Barnum's Day Circus. He told management upon his employment, if you'll let me, I'll take 5 North American mallard ducks, 1 male and 4 females, and send it these 3 English tall ducks down here, and I'll train them to march. From the rooftop palace, down to the elevator, to the lobby level, across the red carpet, into the fountain every day at 11 o'clock. And at 5 o'clock, I'll train them to march back and I'll put them to bed. Well, management didn't know what to think about that. They looked at each other, they rolled their eyes, and they said, all right, Edward, give that a shot, see what you can do. Well, for 50 years, Mr. Pembroke guided ducks from the rooftop down to the lobby back. So doing, he became an ambassador of goodwill for the city of Memphis and for the Peabody Hotel. And he appeared at such venues as the Tonight Show with Jimmy Carter, the Sesame Street program, where he and his ducks helped to celebrate National Rubber Ducking Day. Well, they also did photo shoots of people in other magazines. I would say someone who's done his job so long and so well as Mr. Pembroke, well, he's mastered what he's done, wouldn't you? Manager of the hotel brought so they bestowed upon him, Mr. Pembroke, the title Duck Master, the world's first duck master here at the Peabody Hotel. Well, he's no longer with us today, folks, but Mr. Pembroke's spirit remains here in this lobby. And if you'll check out the southwest entrance over there when we leave today, you'll see a picture of his beloved ducks and Mr. Pembroke looking down on our ceremony today. Well, that's a little history of the hotel, a little tradition. That would wrap it up, except that I have an honor to perform now. From time to time, we run across someone with such integrity and such skills with duckies as well as people skills, we have to offer them an opportunity to come and help us with our duties here at the fountain. And today I have two such people. Come on up. This is Carter Siegler and Sarah Siegler. And give them a hand, folks. Now, for anything to be official, we have to have a proclamation. Everybody knows that. So here we go. Whereas the daily march of the world-famous Peabody Ducks is a time-honored tradition begun in 1933 and attended by countless visitors, and whereas the care and protection of Peabody Ducks must be attended to on a daily basis and can only fall to persons of high standards and great esteem. And whereas you are such people, be it resolved that on March 11, 2013, Carter and Sarah Siegler have been chosen honorary duck masters. There you go. All right. Congratulations. Okay. In honor of this auspicious occasion, we have official honorary Peabody rubber duckies. So, there you go. Now, most importantly, we have Peabody Duck Master, honorary Duck Master King for helping my duties today. I'm glad you're here. Now, we've talked about the history of the hotel and the tradition of the ducks, and I've introduced to you my honorary Duck Masters. All that remains is to play that John Philip Sousa Patent States March and march our 5 feathered guests single file up the red carpet into that elevator right over there. When that door closes at 5 o'clock, you too will have been eyewitness to the world-famous march of the Peabody Ducks. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and your attention, please. Welcome to the historic Peabody Hotel. At the center of the grand lobby, the point where the Mississippi Delta has been set to begin, stands the classic Peabody fountain, carved from one piece of Italian travertine marble. Although famous in its own right, the fountain is better known the world over because of its residents. If I may direct your attention to the fountain now, you will witness a tradition begun in the 1930s at the South Bend Hotel, an experience uniquely yours as a guest of the Peabody. Preparing to return to their penthouse on the plantation group for the night, ladies and gentlemen, the march of the world-famous Peabody Ducks.